other one. So no matter if it's revenue generation or expenses occurred, this needs to be eliminated at the end of the year. So this is done very efficiently in BPC. Then I think we should go to the next heading, into integrated planning and consolidation. That is let me take you through the other headings into that. That is called as management rolls up. Okay. So here consolidation is also handy in the scenario where where management rolls up are being carried out. So a rolls up is a technique by where corporations used by corporations where multiple small companies in the market segments are acquired and merged. So but there are two reasons for management's rolls up to be done. The first is definitely reduction of cost, and second is economy of scales. So these large corporations acquire small companies because it efficiently reduce their costs, because they don't have to reinvent the wheel altogether. They would directly acquire the company and get the whole setup in one go. And as more and more production is increased, it leads to economies of scales. So it can be also handled. That is the reason PPC is very handy in implementing management's roll up. And then let's take to the next reason why it's not connected to this one. So I would remove this arrow. It's not related to that one because it's a different topic altogether. That is called as legal consolidation. So as we have seen consolidation above as well, but there's a difference between vanilla consolidation and that is a plain consolidation and legal consolidation. So why do we need a consolidation which is entitled by legal? Because in producing financial statements or reports, the authorities want their they don't want scattered reporting and statement generation of an entity. They just want one consolidated legal consolidation, which are nothing but which can be treated as single legal entity. Because if we generate too much of reports and statements to authoritative or investor, they generally tend to give a very misconstrued or a blur picture of the entity, and that is the reason it has been a matter of compliance that this legal consolidation need to be done, but keeping in mind as a single legal entity. And overall, apart from this, it also takes care of I mean, that single legal entity is with respect to some regulations, but when we look at this thing at the perspective of an organization, it definitely leads to performance management reporting, and it also takes into consideration into various account standard and compliances which needs to be produced while submitting our reports to different entities. Like it can be a regulatory authority or the government, and no matter for the investors as well. And okay, so here we have looked into the first why that is needed, that is integrated planning and consolidation, which includes budgeting, planning, consolidation, intercompany reconciliation, intercompany elimination, and we have also looked 3 types of intercompany elimination, and then one of the reason is management rolls up and legal consolidation. Now would like to take you to another important heading, where why business planning and consolidation plays a majority role. So that was from a broader perspective, and I mean from the external forces. Those points which I have mentioned was from external forces, I mean which are ruled or governed by majority of external forces. Now let's look into the internal what do we say, internal factors which would allow and a must for implementation of PPC. Okay, so this topic is majorly into okay. Let's get back to the internal factors that makes an implementation of PPC as a must thing. So the first reason is, I mean the topic, the heading of this topic is forecasting and consensus building. Why it has become such an important thing in today's scenario to have a consensus building and forecasting. For a simple reason, because if all the departments in an enterprise doesn't have a consensus on how to how in which fashion and what is the roadmap that implementation should be carried out, then an effective and there's definitely lack of effective governance into the company, because it is very important that all the departments should be on the same page to do that. So there are certain tools which are helpful in coming out with an effective implementation of business planning, and those, the first is definitely called as rolling forecast. So why do we need rolling forecast? Rolling forecast is fundamentally an alternative for the conventional way of planning. So now, say example, it's 2003 and say it's January, but I'm very sure about that half of the budget and the operating plan for 2003 is now absolute and out of date, because no wonder why manager hates it is because because it has just become an annual process. Uh, so let's look at some of the drawbacks uh, about planning. Okay, let me make a comparative study of rolling forecast and a conventional way of planning. Uh, okay, so I'll name it as planning. I mean, the conventional way of planning. So it would be easy for us to understand um, why it has become important for entities to carry out uh, rolling forecasts instead of planning. So here are few of the of the drawbacks which I would like to mention here is because most of the time now planning has become it takes too long time. It takes too long time, and I mean it has become monotonous of every procedure that can be named. And secondly, it doesn't remain efficacious nowadays. It hardly gives any results to the management, and it has become more of static and unchanging convention or a ritual that has been performed every year. So it's and I would like to tell you that it involves too much of game planning, too much of iterations, too many people, too many changes, and definitely, as I spoke earlier, too much of time. So now there's an effective tool called as rolling forecast. So what is rolling forecast? So here, rolling forecast, first of all, it is not static. It is not static. It means that it can be changed at any course of time. It means the sail of the boat can be changed as per the winds that has been blowing. So it keeps on changing as per the requirement, and in line to that, it gives an it reflects a real time picture, and it gives a real time change to the management. And in the planning assumption, both, that is inside competition and definitely economy as a larger. And rolling forecast also helps organization for high level strategic and operational view. It's important because till the time you don't lose the big picture, implementing of BPC would be in a healthy mode. So it also enables to give us a big picture. So, and in addition to this I would like to highlight some of the advantages of business planning and consolidation. That is rolling forecast. Okay, the first one is it is more agile and relevant and useful. Okay, because the reason it's more agile and relevant and useful, because it gives them a scope for continuous improvement. It provides a continuous scope for improvement at any given point of time, and after that it is focused on future and not past. Because the simple reason it is focused on future and not in the past is because there's hardly anything can be done which has been gone, and the things which has happened in the past, corrective measures can be taken for them in the future. And in rolling forecast, reviews are more meaningful because it takes into the consideration of performance with regards to finance, to quality, and most importantly the changing scenario inside the organization and outside the economy. So it looks into the broader broader picture of the whole given sum, and at any given point we can compare the trend with the past and update for the future. So that's why rolling forecast has been so important. Okay, now after rolling forecast, there's also one tool which can be considered as critical with respect